Hey guys, welcome back. It's been a while since I've made any farming videos. I would say good morning, but it's actually the middle of the afternoon. I'm getting a late start today. Had to run and pick up a computer that I was getting worked on and stuff. So I did that this morning, saw a couple of my seed customers, and got some paperwork and stuff taken care of. We've got a treat today. Dad's got some logs we're gonna saw up, so you guys are gonna get to see that whole process and we're gonna watch it. And I'm gonna get somebody else on camera here. So this is our sawmill. He's getting her fired up, ready to go. He's been cutting up a few logs here over the weekend. And yeah, so I think we're gonna try this one. This is cottonwood is what we're messing with today. So I'm gonna set up my GoPro and get a few different angles that way. Gonna push it in. Okay. 4 or 5 inches. And we're off. So he was working on this log, I don't know if it was yesterday or Saturday. You'll notice that it's already squared up on 2 sides. Well, he had to quit because it was frozen. You see how wavy this is here? It was frozen. His blade quit going through it. He thought the blade was dull, but it was just, yeah. Turns out you can't cut frozen logs. Basically, we just start off taking the bark off and getting all the sides squared up. Hold on! There you go, cut one. They might still be froze, who knows? Okay, well, we decided that this log is still frozen. So we got a different one that's been outside in the sun, and hopefully that one's thawed out. We're gonna switch them out and see how this one goes. He was able to cut up this whole pile of boards over the weekend, so there should be some that are thawed. And, I don't know. We'll see how it goes here. changing blades. So this works, it's just a bandsaw. Basically the engine drives this pulley, drives a belt that then the band runs over, and yeah, works pretty good actually. All right, we've got our log squared up here. It's about 14 and a half tall and it's close to the same across, so we're gonna start cutting some boards out now. We changed the blades there when we switched logs, and this one's cutting a lot better. I don't think it's frozen, although we'll see as we get closer to the center here, I guess. There you go, there's a board. Got pretty nice grain to it. Nice looking board. It is wet though. My hand gets wet just rubbing it. All right, well, now's the easy part where you just keep cutting. So we've got the log, so it's about 12 inches across here. So these boards are 12s, and basically what that gives him is then he can take them and cut them in half, or get a 2 6s, or you know, something. He's trying to get boards that are 3 to 5 to 6 inches wide when he's done, and so by having 12s, it gives them good, and they're going about 1 3/16 inches thick. So by the time he gets them planed and sanded down and everything, they should be about 3/4 of an inch thick. So we'll just keep cutting boards off until we run out of log, basically. We're stacking them over here on a pile. Put little sticker boards between them so that the air can go through them so they can dry out. And then once that's done and they're dry, or drier, or well, when we're done cutting anyway, we'll put them back here in this room. This is the kiln room that I showed you in my farm tour video last week. We've got a dehumidifier in here and a little heater up in the corner, so this will, where we'll put them, we'll turn that stuff on, it'll dry them down, get them down to 6-8% moisture, and then we can plane them, sand them, cut them to what we need, and use them. Right now he's using them for sealing in his living room. So we flipped the board. These are a little bit narrower now, but see that crack? That crack in there is in every single board when we're cutting across them. By going this way, now we'll get a bunch of boards that don't have it, and we can kind of isolate that crack to just one board probably. So that's why we did that. So the way this saw works, obviously it's a band saw that rotates around there. You guys saw that, but this handle that he's adjusting right now controls the height, and he's got a gauge on there that sort of tells you how thick the cut's going to be, and then you lock it in with those two levers and it pushes it through. It kind of rides on these rails down here. There's some little steel tires that follow this track all the way through, keeps it pretty stable. Obviously we've got quite a bit of tracking here, so you can have longer boards. This is a relatively short log. I think it's about 10 foot. So it doesn't take a lot, but we can do up to 22 or 24 foot logs on here if we wanted to. That tank up there is for water. It's just a lubricant basically it drips on the blade right somewhere in there to help cool it and lubricate it as it moves through the log, keep the sawdust from collecting on it. So works pretty good here. Our log's getting pretty small. We're getting down to the last few boards here. Getting right down to it now. Maybe get 3 boards out of that yet. This one and one more cut. I was wrong. It's just a little too thick to be one last board there, so we're gonna trim it. It's about 1 3/4 inches. It needs to be 1 3/16 inches. So yeah, we'll get a sliver off of there. There you go. Last boards. So that's how you cut up a log. So all of these short ones here came from that log. So we got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 3-ish. Yeah, looks like 16 boards out of there. Some of them are pretty nice looking. That grain's pretty good. So he's got, well, he's putting the scab wood, the bark pieces, in this trailer there. We'll haul them out to the woods and burn them eventually. We got one more log out here that's cottonwood that he wants to try and cut up yet. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Obviously, you guys have seen the process at this point, though, so I'm not going to film quite as much of it. Apparently, you have to wash the logs before you cut them. I imagine dirt dulls blades. Are you okay? You okay there, buddy? Hello? He's not okay. Well, he's got his second log squared up. Gonna start getting some boards out of it here. You can see he's starting to get a sawdust pile. Doesn't take long. Another nice board. All right, well, I'm gonna let him work on this. Have fun. Uh-oh, we've got a visitor. We are gonna take this old field sign and go put it on the gator. This is my deflector to keep the seed from going in the bed, so let's go get that put on. All right, so we're back in the shop here. Not gonna do much today in here, but I do want to put this on there. And basically I've got this cut out so that it fits around and like that, more or less. And then we just need some zip ties to kind of help hold it in place. So I'm gonna get some zip ties, we'll put it on there and it'll be good. Okay, I guess that'll work. Basically all that does is when this spinner is spinning, it's throwing clover seed off there, and you can see, based on what's been worn off of there, sometimes it throws it forward and it gets into the box, and so this keeps it from getting in the box, hits that, falls on the ground. That's where we want it. No big deal. I'm not real concerned about being super accurate with my spread pattern and everything else, because it's a cover crop going into wheat that, yeah, it helps, but it's not critical. So I think that will be the end of today's video. I know there was a lot of GoPro footage in this from sawing up that log and stuff. I just didn't accomplish a whole lot more than that today with the running around I did this morning and stuff. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that though. Tomorrow's plan is to bring the sprayer in here. It's supposed to be raining the rest of the week. So we'll be working in the shop here, probably, most likely. We're gonna get that sprayer in here. We've got to change at least engine oil in that, do all the filters, normal service stuff that we've been doing just like everything else. And we got to change the tires. We're gonna put our floater tires on it before we start spraying wheat here in a couple of weeks. So that'll be kind of cool to watch. And yeah, we'll see what else we gotta do. I don't know if we need to do hydraulic oil or if there's any other major stuff that needs done. We'll find out when we get it in here. So hit the like and subscribe buttons for me if you would. Check back tomorrow morning. We're going to be back on daily videos this week. So, yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.